Hello everyone and welcome. Today we'll be taking a look at a best of 3 series of professional StarCraft 2. Joining me here for map number 1, the red Terran in the upper right corner, the red SCVs, a fan favorite for sure. It is the lovely Cure. Rhyme intentional, I rehearsed it. And their Protoss opponent warping in here to the bottom left, the blue probes, none other than herO. herO already starting off the Reaper wall. Will Cure actually care though? Cure might care. This SCV is in an odd spot. Not going for a proxy though. What are you doing? Engineering bay? Great care was taken with this SCV to make sure it was not spotted, was not scouted. However, the perhaps biggest brain move here is herO, who does not care about scouting at all. No probes pulled off the line yet. We will see, does Cure even get scouted here? Is Cure even stopped? Looks like a probe will eventually make its way down here. herO says, no. An engineering bay, my plans. Really? herO? You Zerg player. Good lord. herO's just gonna take the third. Okay. Well, herO clearly doing some semblance of build that is so min-maxed and so mathed out, for lack of better phrasing, that he couldn't pull off any probes for scouting until just now. Wants to get that Nexus down ASAP. Probe eventually going to make its way across. What's Cure been up to this whole time? Looks like a Marine opener, reactor switching, possibly for Hellions, possibly for Cyclones, possibly for Widow Mines. The probe does make it away from the Marine for but a brief moment. I don't think it's getting out. No. Oh. Not quite able to skirt the edge enough to avoid the Marine. The buildings do their switcheroo. They will eventually find their location, and it looks like it will be Hellions. A single Marine, double Hellion opener. SCV building that command center's in peril. May actually be in a bit more than in peril. It's going to be picked off, and the Adept is going to shade out. Barely escaping with her life there. But getting the SCV does hurt. Cure has to pull another SCV down. Not sure where those two are going, but they're going somewhere. Ah, yes. Building depot. The other one. Naturally. We're just long distance mining now. It's fine. Okay. herO opting for a blink opener. Robo on the way. The Hellions find a woeful lack of probes here. herO again with the rather large brain moves. Says, well, if I just don't make workers, you can't kill workers. Beautiful block by those stalkers, keeping the Hellions out. Hellions just going to go back out onto the map. And herO, it feels like herO is kind of up to something here. Some probes are going to be transferred. The Hellions may still find some damage, potentially. There's stalkers out on the map though. Even very successful stalkers out on the map, shall I say. Blink finishes up. It is a prism, which means I expect herO to get aggressive shortly here with Blink finishing up. Extra warp gates. What is this, 4? 4 gate? Yeah. 4 gate, Blink, prism. All of the tools you need to make a very unhappy Terran. How's Cure going to handle it? What's Cure been up to? Cure's getting the double Cyclone. Switching over to siege tanks now. Do we get STEM? No, we just have a very decorative tech lab so far. That's okay. Couple Hellions, try and make it towards the main base. A beautiful blink again, herO blocking that entrance. The Hellions, well, the Hellion, I should say, not even going to get a shot off. herO has got to be feeling good. Completely shutting down the Hellions like that. There was, what, 2 workers killed, and one of those was the Marine. Blinking forward, herO says it's go time. Surrounding the bunker with some stalkers, picking off the Cyclones first though, not actually focusing down that siege tank. I'm a little surprised. There's a second siege tank here up on the high ground, but it is not in position to deny the initial blink. A handful of zealots are coming in, perhaps just to soak the tank hits. Cure's gonna try and focus fire onto the stalkers, though boys are pulled and Marines are spread beautifully. The siege tank is going to be picked off, and now SCV's having a bit of trouble. There's unsafe work conditions if I've seen any. The Prism. Yeah, Prism's in a little trouble. Wouldn't want to leave it parked there. Killing 8 SCVs in this attack, certainly helpful. Cure's still up. 6 workers though, which means herO, I think, needs to get a bit more damage done before he can call this good. The production tab is woefully Terran favored. Picking off the tech lab, always a good choice. Unfortunately for herO though, Cure, that was a decorative tech lab. He wasn't actually doing much with it anyways. Siege tank, is that the same one? Yeah, siege tank was moved up onto the high ground, which means now the natural could be attacked as well. But herO seems to be quite focused on the main base here. Continuing to just warp in stalkers. It's just a 4-gate blink attempt here. 9 SCVs. The worker count's getting more even for sure. Even the main command center can be damaged. Unfortunately, I don't think herO has a whole lot of options for getting out. Multiple siege tanks are set up, blinking forward, gonna try and focus one of those down. He does at the cost of many a stalker. Certainly hope they had a decent retirement package, because the ones that do make it out of here, they need to be set for the rest of their Protoss life. That siege tank barely makes it away. Inch of its life left. Certainly a lot of Marines, but they have to actually get to the stalkers and deal their damage. I don't know, he's evening up the worker count. Making a couple probes behind this now too. Blinking again back up into the main base. A solid scan from Cure, picking off that observer though, denying herO just a little bit of vision. Siege tank set up again. Stalkers will be shelled, but what will they destroy in the meantime? Like a bull in a china shop, it's gonna get damage done. The question is how much? How long is herO going to be committed to this? More SCVs falling, more so to the friendly fire from the siege tanks than anything else. Looks to be enough tanks. herO will eventually be forced away. Down 7 more workers though. A total of 28. Cure now behind in the worker count. Finally finding that stim pack button on the tech lab. Needs a starport for these Marines though. Really? herO. Picking off whatever herO can. Marines pushing forward, trying to get that prism, I think. The lack of stim definitely hurting. The lack of medevacs perhaps hurting more. Behind this, herO taking a third base, getting immortals, charge. Definitely not all in. Trying to plan for the future also. Getting some of those investments in there. Starport switches over to that reactor. Try and get a couple medevacs out. I like it. Missile turret. Where'd that turret get built? By the bunker. Cure might be worried about a DT follow-up. It's not going to be DTs though. It's charge. Charge immortal. Stim finally finishes up. Marines will be able to force back those stalkers much easier. There's even marauders here to help out, which I quite approve of. herO has shown great commitment to the stalker war. Not necessarily in his favor, though. Resources lost in favor of Cure for right now. And there may come a point in time Cure's ready to snap back. Is that time now? These Stalkers quite injured, quite bruised. herO pushing them to the limits. The Immortals turn around and will fight. Put their name to the test. Not enough Terran all here, though. Cure don't. No. Cure. He has Blink. That was risky, Cure. And I'm pretty sure herO saw it too. Where are the Stalkers? No. Instead, we're just gonna go across. Charge is finished here. Medevac, a little out of position over there. Cure is gonna drop in the main base. 1.5 medevacs of his forces. Meanwhile, herO, recall initiated. herO does not want to take any damage. You're going to try and focus down that Immortal. Only going to get it to half health, though, and the Stalker's blinking around. Not going to... Oh, gosh, the full medevac is the one that's really low, too. Well, Cure now moving out. Beautiful observer placement. Cure not able to see that, apparently. Prism is around. Medevacs still just... chilling. Cure may want to set a distraction. I think that's exactly what Cure's thinking of trying to do. Come over here, get some damage done. All 3 Immortals are over here, though. And the Prism still on the map. This still could be anybody's game. Resources lost, relatively even. A scan into the natural. Zealots do eventually find the siege tank. Definitely gonna get that. Solid pickup. Mine drop at the third base. herO losing 7 probes to those mines. Oh, one of them's gonna make it out too. While the bioforces stem forward into the natural, the mines could burrow. Quite a slow version of the mine drop. The mine crawl. Pick it up. Oh, probe in the assimilator targeted. 25 probes killed, though. Certainly a good deal for Cure, who's fighting back. The battery not able to help very much. The Zealots able to help quite a bit more. Medevacs think about dropping into here. Overcharge was used. 30 probes killed. That was a beautiful trade for Cure. Angering herO, feeling slighted, feeling confident. Perhaps overconfident and ambitious, is going to make a lot of Zealots and just head across. Picking off a few of those Marines before Cure can pick them up. There's Ghost trying to protect the siege tank. Cure's locked down pretty tight here. I'm liking the wall. I'm not liking you shooting your own depot, though. That's not usually very helpful. But it is also very Cure. And we love him for that, don't we? Looks like one of those medevacs was picked off over here, attempting to drop units, perhaps. Sure. Rather large engagement over here. The Widow Mine's not getting very good connections, and Cure has a hell of an arc here. Ghost EMP onto the Immortals. I think it's enough Terran. The boys are going to be pulled as well. One of the Immortals is picked off. The mines recharge, and Cure still alive, which is good for Cure. herO is going to tap out, losing far too many probes to Cure's counterattack. Not enough economy behind this to remax, to resupply. herO knows. Map 1 goes to Cure. For map number 2, we find ourselves on the beautiful hard lead. The red Terran here in the upper left, taking game number 1, not necessarily through a show of strength, but perhaps fortitude, tenacity. It is Cure. And the Protoss opponent warping in here to the bottom right. herO trying to get that win desperately, strongly, with that blink strike. It is herO. Now's the proxy? Okay. Now's the proxy. Very good. Cure sending SCVs out quite early in both matches. Cannot fault me for not knowing what he's doing. Do we even know what he's doing? Does he even know? I'm at a loss. I'm at a total loss. Double gas behind this. Reaper play. It is quite well positioned to access that employee entrance. How unfortunate. herO not going for that whatsoever. Not even like trying to wall off the back. herO just says, this is where I want my gateway. That's where I want my cyber core. Okay. Well, that barracks is definitely going to finish up. It is just one, though. Just one proxy Rex, which means the Reaper... the Reaper will just get to the base a bit quicker. Perhaps trying to beat the Stalker or beat the Adept out. There's a Zealot on the way, though. Interesting. What's herO doing? There's been no scout. Zealot sees the SCV come in. Stalker's gonna start up right away. A Chrono. That Reaper is finishing, though. That Reaper is jumping in here. The Stalker's not even halfway done. Which means I think probes are gonna have to be pulled. The Reaper gets one probe. Stalker's about to finish up, though. That Zealot still heading across to the other side of the map. Stalker does complete, gets out, and is going to kill the Reaper. That's not good. That proxy play meant to snowball, get more Reapers. Wall is going to finish up. It's a Cyclone behind this. Bunker on the high ground, actually. The Zealot has no hope of getting anything done. Perhaps the Stargate will fare better, though. What are you trying to make? A Void Ray. Oh, dear. It's a Void Ray play. Batteries on the low ground? Yes, indeed. It's a Void Ray battery move. This is always intriguing to see. Since the advent of the recent patch, the Cyclone not necessarily the best answer to this. A starport may be needed. Cure's gonna catch it nice and early, though. That battery's gonna have to be canceled. The Void Ray will complete. Behind this, Reaper still trying to get some things done. The barracks is on its way home, and the ground forces here to help out, though. The Void Ray gonna completely shut down the Cyclone. Start to go after the SCVs. The Zealot Stalker combo breaks through the depot wall. SCV's so stunned, so flabbergasted by this development. The Void Ray's still alive. I think another Cyclone went down. Zealot pays for his crime at the hands of the SCVs. The boys have to be pulled. There's a Reaper here. Reaper Viking. Okay. Cure in a bit of hot water, it feels. Second Void Ray's gonna group up. The Reaper cannot shoot up, which means the Void Rays just focus down any Vikings and Cyclones, and I think they just win. There's not enough here to actually shut down the Void Rays. The SCV's doing a good job chasing the Stalkers. As that Cyclone pops out, is immediately destroyed, which means the Void Rays have superiority. GG. Going to be called a quick map number 2. herO going for the throat. Trying to snap the neck with a Void Ray battery play. Except for one thing. Who needs batteries? Alas, 1-1, the series tied up. Onwards now to the grand finale. For map number 3, the grand finale, we find ourselves on Equilibrium. The red Protoss here, making it work, making it seem easy with a couple of Void Rays and a dream. It is herO. And a probe very quickly onto the map here. The blue Terran over here on the right side, unsuspecting to perhaps the shenanigans that await him. It is Cure. Where will the barracks be? At home, where barracks belong, I say. Oh, the juke. Instead goes after the refinery. What sort of shenanigans is this probe up to? Just scouting, I think, actually. Just checking around. making sure Cure is honest. I say that herO is the one that really went for the throat and snapped the neck with the Void Rays in map number 2, but let's be honest, let's be fair here. Cure's decision making did kind of bite him in that one. The decision to go for a proxy Rax meant there's no barracks production back at home, and the choice to go for Reapers specifically means Void Rays are quite good, quite strong actually. I don't know if you've tried Void Rays and Reapers, but pretty one-sided. So no Marine production back at home meant it was up to essentially Vikings and the new, less focused, less anti-armor Cyclone, which on paper can do it, sure, but it's not pretty, not nearly as nice anymore. The Cyclone, in its attempt to be more versatile, is now less specialized. That usually is the trade-off. Yeah. Things are looking fine so far, though. Normal, even, I'd say. The Zealot's a little strange, sure, but herO also made a Zealot in the last map, so is it bad? Is it strange? We'll see. Barracks making a reactor. The Zealot is heading across. I actually kind of like the decision. I'm just going to make a Zealot and send it across. I'm just giving you a Zealot-shaped fire to put out. Because Terrans, as you would expect, don't really have a whole lot at this stage of the game. The Barracks is making an add-on. Cyclone comes out. Double Marine is going to be the choice. And the Zealot is going after the SCV. The SCV, of course, will be able to outrun the Zealot. Wall is going to be raised. Cure, keeping that main base safe. The Adept is going to join, though. Uh-oh. Adept gets in. Will the Shade complete? No. herO cancels the Shade. Interesting. Ominous. Second SCV comes down. The emotional support SCV, of course. Cyclone breaks that lock-on tether immediately. Depot wall will be raised. The Adept Shade denied entry. Cyclone taking away the shields on that Zealot. The Zealot is here primarily to tank, I think. And that's a Dark Shrine, ladies and gents. Which means herO, I think just like in map number 2, is looking for a rather quick kill move. The Zealot barely taking some life damage. The Adepts do not shade. Nope. Oh, second Cyclone gonna join the party here. Cyclone's focused down one of the Adepts. Will be able to get the second one too, it looks like. Cure shutting down this initial attack. But I worry that Dark Shrine is nearly complete. There is no engineering bay, is there? No. No engineering bay, which means the detection solely lies in the scans. The main has not enough energy, and the natural likewise not enough energy. Cyclones stepping a little too far, a little out of bounds. The Stalker's gonna pick one of them off. 2 DTs being warped in. An NG bay is almost done. I don't think it'll be done in time to get a turret up though, which means we might be looking at another very quick game. Another very quick match here. Orbital. The natural does have the energy. The DTs though, unscouted. One in each base here. The strike goes out. The Terran forces on the map. The panic ensues. SCVs are pulled. Both command centers have enough energy, but there's no there's not really any attacking units. A scan goes out, but the DT is able to get away. Turret immediately started in the main base. Second scan goes out. Both DTs are here, actually, which is a little bit of a surprise. So the DTs are going to be cleaned up. Cure taking quite a bit of damage, though, down nearly double in workers. It was too much. herO shutting down the attack on the other side of the map. Cure taking too much to the DTs, unfortunately. Not necessarily for lack of detection, more for lack of standing army forces. Most of the Terran forces out on the map, caught unaware. secure takes the hit and has to tap out. herO is the victor of the series. If you enjoyed, if you were entertained, be sure to let me know in the comments below, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.